We won't be here that long.
That's true.
You can table it. No, I better knock on wood. We won't have another 9-minute meeting. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, hi. That sounded expensive.
$50,000. Welcome to the Lawrenceburg Redevelopment Meeting for August the 9th, 2021, 4:30 p.m. And let me read this important notice to the public here. As a recipient of federal funds and in support of Lawrenceburg's efforts to ensure non-discrimination and equal access to all citizens, the city gathers statistical data regarding participants in city activities. Therefore, we have provided a voluntary Title VI public involvement survey at this meeting. You're not required to complete this survey. However, the form is anonymous and will be used solely for the purpose of monitoring our compliance with Title VI and ADA. And that form is in the back of the building if anybody wants to fill it out. If you want to fill it out, Mark, it's right back there. Okay, so we got a roll call. Ms. Brookbank?
Yes, Executive Director Brian Messmore,
Present.
President Richard Richardson,
Present.
Vice President Lenny Fryman is absent, Secretary Kevin Schaefer is absent, Member Janie Wilson, here. Member Brian Johnson,
Present.
School Board Member Brian Jansen is absent, and City Attorney Del Weldon.
Here.
Thank you. If everybody's had time to review the meeting minutes of the previous meeting, I'll take a motion to approve those.
So move.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay. Motion carries. Do we have any announcements for this meeting?
Yes, Mr. President, I do have an announcement. We were contacted by ARA, who is a resource to us for grant and IHCDA, and I sit on the board there. And in the past, we have had owner-occupied rehabilitation program, and it's come upon us fairly quickly. So I just wanted to bring it up before the board this evening that we have been contacted, and the mayor has given us direction to proceed in pursuit of a $250,000 grant for owner-occupied rehabilitation program. If you recall, we've done this multiple times in the past. Eligible repairs include roofing, HVAC replacement, lighting, electrical upgrades, water heater replacement, ADA accessibility up to the threshold of the home, all at no cost to the homeowners. We have a public hearing scheduled for Tuesday, August 17th, and I believe council will be passing a resolution to this effect on Monday. It's a $250,000 grant max. The 10% local match is what I would be asking the board to consider this evening for the owner-occupied rehabilitation program.
Does anybody have any questions about that?
And this is just to upgrade people's house, make them ADA compliant? Is that what-
Yeah, and there's income guidelines, household guidelines, and it's all managed through ARA. They do phase ones on the homes, and there's qualified contractors that can only do the work. It's very well managed, and the previous times we've done this, we've had 100% utilization from
Is this the first time this
resident.
program has been offered?
No,
No.
no, it was usually every other year. You would apply, and then there would be a year for implementation, and then there was a dormant year. I think that's kind of how it went. They weren't sure when they were going to do it again, and they decided to do it again. I don't know, so it's just, we've done it. It's been successful. It's been 100% utilized here in the past. So.
Yeah, it is an excellent program. The money is all watched over very well. Citizens really take advantage of it here in Lawrenceburg. It's a great program. How many families, the last time this grant came through, how many families benefited from it? Do you remember?
I'm not sure offhand of the number.
I do not recall.
Kevin?
I don't remember the exact number either, but anybody that can benefit from this, it's a great program. And you need a motion to move forward with the 10% this evening?
Yes.
Does anybody would like to make that motion?
So moved.
Do we have a second on that?
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And just to note, that I think the maximum grant an individual can receive is about $15,000. So that would, you know, but they're not always $15,000. Some are 9, some are 11. So the number of participants would be a result of the values of those projects. Thank you.
Do you have any other announcements?
No, I don't. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any announcements this evening? Now we'll move on for our financial report. Ms. Brookbank?
Yes, as of August 2nd, 2021, the balance for redevelopment is $1,839,035.48, and after monies promised to projects, it's $1,619,288.38.
Any additional questions about that? Now we'll move on. Go to new business, and I'll give it to Director Messmore for 236 East High Street demo bid opening.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing at this time. I will go over and help Ms. Brookbank open the bids, but we will be looking at bids for the demo project at 236 East High. We will open them, review names and values associated with those names for that demo project, and we will take it from there. I would anticipate that we will choose the lowest qualified bidder and take it under advisement for staff review, and that would be Mario and John, to make sure that all the proper documentation is in there, since we haven't had an opportunity to do that since they've been sealed. So
Yep.
that's what we'll get through this evening.
So the first one received is from McCool Enterprises. And their amount is $18,750. Second one is Howard Excavating. Sorry. And their amount is $14,800. Hold on, what's this part? Contract line item number 1. I would assume that's the total amount, right? See what I mean? I'm gonna go with the 14,800 for my notes right now,
Okay.
but.
Hi, Kevin.
Hi, Kevin.
Hello, hello.
42 after. Hold on, I gotta document the year.
Hey, buddy.
All right, the next one is from Battle Axe Construction.
Careful.
This is like triple sealed. And their amount is $35,000.
Who's this?
Battle Axe Construction. Okay. The next one is O'Rourke Wrecking Company. And their amount is $28,000. Next one is Angels Excavating. Okay. See what I mean? I think we're gonna have to add them together. This one is for $20,000.
How much was that, Cal?
20,000. And the last one does not have a name, so stay tuned. This one is from, same thing.
Yep.
Probst Excavating, and theirs is for 11,897. And that could change it. So that was the last one.
So, we did have a couple people note on there,
I'm
different
gonna-
than other people, that there was a tree removal. So, based on the demo
It's this one.
price, it looks like Probst was,
Mhm. Even adding in,
but just demo was 11,897.
and even if you added this in, they're still gonna be
Yeah,
the
well,
lowest regardless.
Right, so based on the lowest demo submittal, $11,897 for Probst Excavating.
But we wanna note this as well, in case that needs to be approved. The tree removal.
With tree removal,
16,397,
16,397.
which would still put them lower, because with Howard,
Yeah.
their tree removal was 8,700 on top of the 14. So,
Howard was 14.8.
yeah, but then they added in that tree removal as well, which would be an additional $8,700.
One tree? Or
I have no idea. I would assume multiple,
So
I hope.
what we have
Never
is
know.
the lowest submitted for demo and tree removal, $16,397. And that is Probst
Mm-hmm.
Excavating LLC. So I would recommend to the board that we accept Probst and, under advisement, and make sure that, staff has reviewed and make sure all the proper documentation is included in their packet.
Do we have a motion to accept Probst under advisement?
Quick question, have we used them before? Or,
That's a question for
I don't
Mike
recall
and John.
Probst,
I don't ever remember.
Just like Battle Axe seems
Seems like Angels we use a
new.
lot.
but they'll
Yeah.
have to,
Angels and Howard.
they'll have
Howard,
to be
yeah.
qualified and go through all that.
And who will vet them, Mario?
Yes,
Mike
Brad and
and-
John will make sure
Okay.
the proper documentation's there, but they'll have to be pre-qualified in order to do the work.
Okay.
In the event that that can't be done, then we would go to the next lowest, most qualified. bid.
Does that come back to us, or do you guys just take care of it?
I believe we can just proceed,
Mm-hmm.
because we've documented the.
Yeah.
Any additional questions? If not, do we have a motion to take Probst Excavating under advisement?
So move.
Do we have a second?
second?
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And we'll move on to 342, 344 Short Street abatement quote opening.
Yes, you will note in your packets, again, this is 342, 344 short. Again, this is another purchase for demo for new home construction. During the Phase 1, Phase 2, in this particular residence, there was the presence of asbestos. So we went out for quotes, and we have 3 quotes, and I will read those quotes and amounts to you. We have Central Installation Systems at $40,996. We have Environmental Demolition Group at $42,900. And we have Environmental Assurance Company at $43,900. So my recommendation would be that we would proceed with Central Insulation Systems under advisement for staff review to make sure all that the proper documentation has been included.
Do we have any questions about this? If not, would we like to have a motion to approve the Central Insulation Systems quote under advisement?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And last order of business here for new business is SEI Ready Regional Plan Support, which we should have all received a pretty good bit of information in our packets regarding that. I know there's a PowerPoint and then a letter asking us to contribute $5,000 to the planning match committed by the city of Lawrenceburg. Brian, can you shed more light on that for us?
Yeah, there is a grant program that the state has released. It's called Regional Economic Acceleration Development Initiative, otherwise known as READY, I'm sorry. And it's in our region are 6 counties: Dearborn, Franklin, Ohio, Ripley, Switzerland, and well, that's 5 counties, isn't it? Why is there 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dearborn, Franklin, Ohio, Ripley, and Switzerland. It's an initiative set forth by the Indiana Economic Development Corporation with support of, obviously, legislature, that there be grants provided and that we work cooperatively to try to find projects throughout our region that we would support. Part of that is a planning initiative for the region in order to prepare ourselves for submittals, and we've been asked to contribute $5,000 towards that planning grant. I would note that currently we are entering, each community is entering projects into the system as we speak. There was a deadline of, I believe, this Friday. It got pushed back. Again, it's another program that is new and working through some hoops and some unknowns to get everything accomplished. There have been regional workshops. There was one at Ivy Tech and I think in Franklin County last Friday. Participated in that workshop. But in order for us to be in the best position to capitalize on those grant dollars that may be available, we've been asked to contribute $5,000 toward that planning grant.
Do we have any additional, or do we have any questions about that?
So this grant process, you say the deadline is this Friday coming up?
It's this Friday or next Friday.
And then,
But that's like the first round, but they're asking the regions to continue to develop their regional priorities and strategies, so.
so there's a committee that selects the grant for each region or for each county? So each county has their own board?
No,
There's only one board for the SEI READY whole program, right?
yes, as I understand it.
And what's the total amount of money
There's,
for this 6 county
oh,
or 5 county?
I don't know that I know that.
I just know the total for Indiana as a whole, so.
What's the total for Indiana?
It says that they allocated 500 million in funding
Yeah,
for the
I-
READY program. It doesn't say in this press release the amount just for
I just didn't
the,
know if a certain percentage was
Right.
earmarked for the
I'm not
five-county
seeing
area,
that.
or how that was, gonna be divvied up, or,
I don't have that number, Brian.
okay.
mm-mm. No, just the total.
Any other questions?
So as far as the redevelopment, what is our, other than it's going to benefit the redevelopment in the city, what impact does this really have on us? Just this more information, hey, this is out there, this is what's going on? Or are they gonna be bringing stuff to us? Is it gonna be together with them?
Well, I think some of that's to be seen and to know. Once the region starts going through the process of identifying their assets and their strengths, and there are common strengths throughout the region, then we might find projects that we can get behind that would support overall regional strength and growth.
So would this be something that we would send to the Reedy board with our favorable recommendation to support and get behind something
I think most of the projects that we're going to submit will be projects that are local. Lawrenceburg is going to submit local projects.
Sure.
County is going to submit county projects. But I think overall, the evaluation will be based on, the regional strengths. Are there projects that can accelerate each other throughout the region, and then the awards would be organized so that those kinds of things can be, you can accelerate strengths throughout the region. So the IEDC will be evaluating those projects. It's an 80% private match, at 20% public match, so it's heavily weighted on private involvement, private dollars.
I was just trying to get an idea, how the money would be distributed.
it's
If it would
coming
be
up.
percentage based on what the counties?
I'm
or-
sure there is a region proportion.
Or
but
if
I
we
don't
were,
know
if
what
we
it
were
is.
competing against the
Yeah, like
other
even
4
in this-
counties, that's just questions I have.
In this one, it's, when it divides it up into regions, it says up to 50 million for region. So that's all I'm really getting.
Yeah, there is 6. Sorry, Miss County.
Any other questions? Anyone feel comfortable making a motion to contribute that? 5,000?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carries. And under old business, the only thing we have is the Main Street report, which has been provided in our packets. I know we had a question last month about new owner occupied. Well, I do see that there are 2 on the Excel spreadsheet that we've been given by Main Street that have utilized the new owner occupied grant dollars that we had put out. That's on page 2 of the report. Mr. Messmore, did you want to add anything else?
I know that there are applicants in the pipeline.
Anybody have any questions about the Main Street report?
I do have a question. I got a lot of them tonight, don't I? I'm sorry.
Good, that's all right.
In the past, and I know we've already contributed more money to the owner occupied. I think we went from 50 to 115, I think. We've taken some of that money and repurposed it, for lack of better terms, because other areas wasn't using as much. And we were seeing, a lot of people really benefiting That's something we wanna look at, maybe some of these totals on some of the funds that we haven't used, possibly. I mean, we're getting into, coming up in September. We wanna maybe move some of that money from the other funds to the residential program? Or do we wanna just kinda leave it at 115 since we've already supplemented it once this year? I mean, I think that was a huge bump, and I think a lot of people are really getting the money's worth out of it, just something I was, And we can revisit it at the next meeting to see, because I know you just said there's things in the pipeline,
On the non-owner, yeah, and the owner occupied, I believe they're down to probably
Getting close to being tapped out.
getting close to being tapped out
I
as
think it was
well,
like a
so-
110, right
Well, I mean,
around there.
I just think it's maybe that we, it's already August, September, that could be the next meeting. I think we could certainly look at those totals and see if there's,
Kind of just redistribute a little bit,
enough to do
possibly
that.
next meeting.
yeah.
Okay.
uh,
I'd just like to see people benefiting from it,
yeah,
and it
that's-
seems like
that's
I said.
probably not a bad point. I mean, I struggle sometimes at,
How much is too much?
How
and-
much is too
Yeah,
much.
I get it.
um,
Like I said, but we've already
Yeah, but it's already
done it once
committed.
this year, maybe we just
Your-
hold it off till next year.
to your point, it's already committed. Let's take a look at it, Brian.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. And you can see what the balances are in some of those programs.
Yeah.
So we might be able to scratch up a couple more owner occupied out of some of those balances.
All right, we will revisit that at the next meeting then. I have nothing else under old business. If there are no more additional questions, I would take I would take a motion to approve the claims.
So move.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries. And comments from the audience. All right. Well, if there are no comments, we will take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
And we have a second.
Second.
Second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed, nay? Motion carries.
What's that mean?
How much? Megan said
Ready?
your girlfriend's little one is going to St. Lawrence.
Yeah, she's in Miss Doc.
Thank you.
What's her name? I saw her run